wanted today to kind of talk to you about stepping into the new year with a heart of gratitude. The gratitude that you've been able to see 2026, the heart of being grateful that you've been able to make memories in 2025 with family, with friends, with loved ones, all of the above. And I just want to hone in on this because I know in January a lot of people experience the January blues. A lot of people feel like the high of Christmas has happened and then the low of January. You know, everyone's waiting to get paid, let's be honest. Everyone's waiting to get paid. Wait for some people, and yeah, it can be difficult, guys. It can be very difficult in terms of just emotionally, spiritually. A lot of people sometimes just feel like if the year before has been a lot, it's not been going so well. A lot of people kind of feel lost. It's kind of like it's a new year, but I'm not feeling the best even in the new year. I want to encourage you today in that moment to be like being grateful even for the little things. You know, though 25 might have not gone well or gone the way you'd wanted it to, we thank God that you made it through that year. And even in that, sometimes we have battle scars and wounds that we've been through in the year prior, and it feels like, how am I going to get through this year? I can't even think about this new year because I'm still just getting over the hurt, you know, the struggle, the fight, the warfare of the prior year. And I just want to encourage you in that being grateful even for the daily things that we have. So it doesn't have to be massive things. I know it can be such a difficult thing. I can relate because I did speak on this last year in terms of talking to you guys, saying that I went to 3 funerals and then knew of 5 deaths in 1 year, and I was just kind of like, it was a lot because I've not ever experienced something like that ever in my life. The last funeral I'd been to in terms of like my own family members was like when I was 16, so you know, it was like what, 15 years ago, 14 years ago. So even with that, I am grateful that, you know, I've not had to see death for this long. I'm grateful that even though I had to attend those funerals, the people that did pass were of good age. You know, I thank God for their life, that they were able to live up until the 80s, 88s. So God is still good even in that, though we miss them. Still painful for the loss of those people. I'm still grateful that they had a long life. They were able to, you know, give us the memories with them. They were able to be there for moments that, you know, special moments, gatherings. You know, it's still painful, but even then, God is still good because we were able to have their presence for that. In this season, this new season where it can feel a bit low, that, you know, you kind of feel like, oh, it's, you know, a new year, what's going to be the difference? I want you to change your perspective and the mindset and shift that, rather than seeing it as a negative of like, oh, it's a new year, rather than be like, oh, it's a new year, new opportunity, new start, new potential, time for growth, time for me to step into what I'm purposed. To encourage you to not start in a place of negativity, but rather of positivity, which is the first thing is to be grateful. Grateful for life, grateful for health, grateful for the family members, for the home you have, for even just the food that you're able to have, the job that you've got. It can be the smallest of things, but that gratitude does uplift you because it almost makes you realize that, wow. And I want you also to look and think back. Even though you might be in a season where it is so difficult right now, think back on a prior season where you thought you could not get out, yet you got out, and now you're in a new season. And in that prior season, you thought, oh my God, I will never get out of this season. This is the worst ever situation that I have been in, and you're feeling the same way now, but you got out of that season. So I want you to remember the goodness and the faithfulness of God even in this season that feels even harder. Though the prior season felt the same, you thought you weren't ever gonna get out that season, but now look at where you are now. So, and I want to also let you know that where there is challenge, there is elevation. Unfortunately, the Lord works in mysterious ways. Whether fortunately or unfortunately, for us it's probably unfortunately, for the Lord it's fortunately. The Lord works in mysterious ways, and I think in challenge there is a form of elevation. When I listen to this man on YouTube, this is a clip, and he says that often the Lord will allow certain people to go through certain challenges of hardship to pull something out of them, to add something into them, and for a connection that only can be gained through such experiences. Sometimes you'll be like, no. Lord, I love you, I want to be close to you, but I should not be torn apart to get closer to you. But as human beings, unfortunately, we get complacent and comfortable. I realized it and I understand it now, because when I get comfortable, I'm like, Lord, I love you, But that prayer time has gone out the window. That Bible reading has gone out the window. Only in hardships am I like, Lord, bring on the all night prayers. Okay, and it shouldn't be like that because it's also my character. Lord, forgive me, because it just, yeah, I need to repent from that. But I feel like I'm not the only one. In seasons of good, we like, Lord, you're great, we love you, but the intimacy with him is always usually diminished. And it's only in seasons of pruning, of challenge, and of pain are we actually like clinging onto him, and like we're not letting go because everything else is falling apart and you're the only constant. So I want to remind you, look back and remember what he did for you in the past, how he got you through, how he got you out, how he healed, how he changed, how he transformed, how he just came through for you. So think of those seasons, even in the season when it feels like, Lord, where are you? What is happening? Think of the past seasons where you never thought you'd even get here. You never thought you'd get a house, you never thought you'd get that job, you never thought you'd have this relationship, you never thought you'd have those kids. Think of those situations, how he got you through and how he got you out. So I want to encourage you this year that there is still a possibility for the great to happen, even in the January blues that a lot of people might feel, and it just feels like it's a lot. I want you also to take care of yourself. Yes, I want you to take care of yourself, obviously, firstly spiritually, praying, fasting, being in your word, being in gratitude, journaling, but take care of yourself by treating yourself to the things that you want to do. If that's a massage once a month, once every few months, doing your hair, self-care day at home, if you know, you don't have to be anything extravagant. I always say this, the best times I enjoy is in the bathroom, face mask by myself, watching a video, listening to some music, and just enjoying my own self-care day or maintenance day. Do that, because it'll also pouring outwardly to yourself just gives you that sense of your spirit being like, I feel also like I'm worthy, I can feel fulfilled. So I want to encourage you to do that. When I was in the process of my journey, I just felt like when I was so low, I think a lot of the times what I did was just like, I would pour back into myself. I would have a, lovely bath, relaxing bath, try and have some massages when I could, just to relax myself. Also, massages are good for lymphatic drainage, so that's good for your body as well. So also it allowed me to relax, all those things, being with friends, going for brunches, going to meet friends, organizing, meetups, even at just their houses, my house, just to even, you wouldn't do anything crazy. We just sit on the sofa, watch a movie, have food, have some tea, and just giggle. Like, that's simple. One thing that changed my life, I need to do a video actually of the things that I'm taking into 2026. One thing I'm taking into 2026, guys, is the quarterly meetups with the friends. Yes, come on now, whoever did that video and did that, thank you so much, because me and my friends this year did it, and it's been life-changing. It's kept me accountable. It's kept me actually focused, because I'm like, I've got to update these girls. I've got to update them about the things I've said I want to do, or the things I'm trying to do. Like, I've got to update them. It almost feels like a team meeting, like a work meeting, but with less pressure, obviously, because of my friends. But it's also nice to see them grow, because I'm like, oh, I'm so happy, and I get to see you flourishing and growing. And also because we don't have so much time to see each other as often now, those quarterly meetups actually allow us to see each other more sometimes, because in prior years we'll see each other maybe like twice a year, maybe on birthdays if we could. Sometimes it was literally like, I can't even give you your birthday now, I'll give you your birthday in middle of summer, Christmas. So these quarterly meetups have allowed us to kind of just reconnect in a more intimate way, and more just a fun way. And yeah, it's just beautiful. That's one thing I'll be taking. I'm going to do a video about that actually. But yeah, definitely guys, I want you to be in a place of just a positive space, headspace. Even though you don't feel like it, just take care of yourself as well. Continue on. The Lord will give you the strength, the hope. Let me tell you, last week I was not looking like this. My energy was not like this. Okay, I was like in the trenches. I say trenches, guys. I was literally like, Lord, no, this ain't for me. I know this is not for me. I was like, no, Lord, no. I literally was, I'm angry at you, Lord. Yes, okay. And that's the thing, I want to be transparent. Like, I'm not always like this. Behind closed doors, your girl's also going through it. That's why I can speak like this, because I'm also going through certain situations that aren't ideal for me. But sometimes I literally say to myself sometimes, and I say to my twin sister, I'm like, who else am I going to turn to? If I leave the Lord, where else do I go? Because that song is so true. Where else will I go? Because no one else is going to help me the way the Lord will. Even though I'm in pain, the Lord, no one's going to help me like He's going to help me. He's not going to hold me up like He's going to hold me. I'm like, let me just stick. Let me cry. Be angry and go right back. That's when you know you've grown. That's when you know you've grown. Okay, that's when I'm like, Lord, I'm gonna crash out of you. But like I said in my prior years, like don't leave me, because you've left me before when I told you to leave and it went. So now I'm like, even though Lord, I cry like this, don't you ever leave me, okay? Don't ignore the cries, these tears right now that I'm, crying in anger and in madness. Don't leave me. I said, don't you dare. I said, I'll clutch onto the hem of that garment. Guys, I wanted to encourage you today with just a spirit of joy, with a spirit of gratitude and a spirit of encouragement as always, that the Lord is with you, He's for you, that anything that is happening will not destroy you. You will come out of this, that you'll come out stronger, you will come out with courage, with strength, and even in that season you are gaining something. I know it doesn't feel like it at the moment, but you're gaining a trust for the Lord, you're gaining a renewed hope or a renewed joy, you're gaining growth, you're gaining courage within that, because we cannot gain the very thing that we want without going through a certain season or a certain situation. I used to always be like, Lord, I want courage, yet the Lord will put you in situations where you need to practice courage, because the Lord doesn't just like, wazam, you now have courage. He will obviously at times bless you with that, but most situations the Lord wants you to walk through the thing so then you can actually gain the actual thing that you're wanting, because the Lord wants you to learn something even in that season. Sometimes you be questioned, like, but some people just have it naturally. That's them. It's okay for you to walk in that season because you gain a knowledge and understanding that you never knew prior to that, you never thought you would understand. It's only when you've gone through the thing you're like, now I see. Because in so many situations in prior years, I went through them and I was like, now I see what the Lord was doing, the work that He was trying to do in me, but I could not see it then. So please be encouraged, please be motivated, and continue to see this year as being an amazing year to come, an amazing year yet to arise. You have this, you've got this, as I always say on Transform with Tita. If you're not following me on TikTok, do follow me, because I have shorter clips of motivation as well for you guys. But you've got this, you can do this. God is with you. Thank you so much guys for watching. As always, please leave me a thumbs up emoji on the comments below.